Hi guys, hello from Florence. This is the church and council chambers of Calpheon behind me over there, as I'll be walking through a little bit later today with you guys. I'm going to be getting footage of all the insides, Calpheon Fountain, and the actual church that Calpheon Church was modeled after is a little bit further down the road, at least the exterior of the church. I don't know what the interior of the church looks like yet. It'll be a surprise for all of us. I know that this stuff was inspired by Calpheon, but I don't know if it's a shot-for-shot remake like Heidel is, but it is definitely inspired by Calpheon. As I've looked at the outside, it looks almost identical. It looks pretty cool. The bell tower is actually on the other side. The actual true Church of Calpheon has another pillar on this side as well, but if you look up there, you can see the tip top of the bell tower up there is really far up there in the background, off in the distance over there. So that's really cool. But I figured I would go over the Heidel ball really quickly. All right, so I'm going to go over my thoughts of what happened in the Heidel ball, kind of what we got, and what we're going to have to look forward to over the next 6 months to a year or so here. So let's jump right into it. Heidel ball for 2024. I was there in the front row live, as many of you saw. We had like the actual stream going on with a lot of people watching. It was really cool. So that was a lot of fun. Land of the Morning Light Soul. I saw everybody just spamming R in the chat while all of this lore stuff was going on, and I'll admit I'm not crazy into like the lore and stuff, but I do think it's really cool. I think it's really cool when they spend a lot of time and they care that much on the lore. It makes the expansion like a whole lot better, like all the way around, because they end up caring about everything and not just the lore. So it's a win, guys, when the developers care this much about the backstory and everything that's going on. It's kind of a win. So I will play the video here. Well, actually, I don't think there's any audio. Okay, if you want to know more about Land of the Morning Light Soul, check out the GM note below. Okay, yeah, we're not going to check out the GM note. We already know about it. I'm assuming you've probably already heard about all this stuff. I'm excited about the new region, but honestly, it's the guild. The fact that they mentioned guild raids in there really excited me, and the fact that they like try to make it good, or like they try to model it after large-scale guild raids, and the fact that they're thinking about that is a really good thing, guys, because it gives us more like late-game PvE content to kind of look forward to. New class Dosa. All right, so my thoughts on the new class. I'm not going to watch the trailer. I'll let Note kind of put that in here. But my thoughts on the new class, there are a lot of cloud. I think it looks really cool. Very well designed class, very unique animations. Looks cool. Some of the animations are, yeah, you can definitely, they resemble some of the older classes, but that's bound to happen when you have 27, 28 classes. You're going to have some resemblances, but like I think overall it's an extremely unique class with its own like theme and everything. The thing I'm not a fan of is the fact that it has clouds. I already don't like the clouds that get made from stun traps and stuff, and now there's going to be clouds from doses running around everywhere. So like, I don't know, like you can kind of just turn effect. I think the idea behind the clouds is that he can hide himself in the clouds, and you can just like turn effect opacity off. Anyway, that's like, I don't know if you can just turn effective as it. You have to be able to, right? Because otherwise the game would lag if there were too many doses. So like, I'm curious to see how it's going to work out. I am definitely going to play it. I will be back in town and streaming live. It'll probably be my first stream back. Will be Dosa's release day. I'll be live early that day, and we'll get a look at the class. We'll be going through all the different skills and doing kind of a class rundown on it live on the very first day when it releases. So look forward to that. It looks really cool. I don't typically play male classes, but he looks like one that I would genuinely enjoy. He's got the blue theme, guys. So like, I'm kind of a sucker for that, but he does look like a walking J-Kun. Like if you wanted to play J-Kun in-game, you know what I mean? Like, ironically enough, J-Kun VT is J-Kun at home. It's like, Mom, can we have J-Kun? No, we have J-Kun at home, and it just shows J-Kun. Dose is actually the name, Bren. Love you, buddy. Okay, palace management. Okay, so this is some people like hailed this as like a new life skill. I don't really feel like this is a new life skill. This is kind of just like you're investing. The way I talked to them about this and the way they made it sound is you're kind of just investing in nodes. but like you have to do quests to unlock like a lot of the knowledge for these nodes, and then you can get like extra. You can just assign workers, then you can get extra resources from the node. So it's not really an extra life skill, but it is really cool that they're kind of like going an extra step with the worker system. You guys know how in depth I am with my workers. I will definitely be doing this, even though I hate questing. I will definitely do this, and I will get all of this unlocked, and I'll get a guide out for you guys pretty quickly, because I want to see what the like extra rewards you can get from these different things are. So this is very exciting. I like that they kind of thought this is kind of an extra thing. They're just tacking on to the manor and stuff. I think that's pretty cool. Kind of a W. Primordial weapons and the sovereign weapons. These are really, really cool. I think this was, in my opinion, the best part of the whole ball. I think these are the most this is one of the most well-designed things they've done in a while. So I give them mighty high praise for how well designed the sovereign weapons actually are. They could have gone really basic on this. Instead, they kind of went all out, and the weapons look really, really sick. In addition to looking really cool, they also have like glowy effects even when you have your outfits equipped, which is really cool because it's the first time in Black Desert that we've seen end game. So you see this in other games where, you know, you see someone with end game gear on, you're like, oh my god, how do I get that? You get that from the end game raid or whatever. You have to be an end game player. In BDO, you can just like look like everybody else at level 1. You can just buy a Pearl Shop outfit. But in this case, this is the first time we've ever seen BDO implement something like this, where you actually can look different than other adventurers because you have end-game equipment, which is very, very cool. There are 3 ways to get it. You can get pen BLACKSTAR weapon and a primordial flame. Presumably, this is going to be an extremely rare flame obtainable from the guild raids or from the guild boss blitz rewards, which are really, really cool. We'll get to those in a second. But like that's gonna be really rare because the next one is you can put 2 pen BLACKSTARs together and have it on day 1 that it comes out. Or you can put a pen BLACKSTAR, and we did not expect to see this coming, but they did think of it, and this is part of the reason why I praised them. This is really good development. You can take a pen BLACKSTAR. You can take a pen boss weapon with enhancement level C20, and then you can take a gem of Twilight, which is really rare. This is the most expensive route by far, is what they said in the presentation, but you can use your C20 boss weapon to get there. It's just going to be more expensive because everybody else spent more money than you beforehand. You now have to spend more money to get the Sovereign, which is pretty cool. But I think it's cool that they allowed adventurers with C20 boss weapons to not be totally defeated. Is kind of a big win for everyone. And again, I think they really thought this through. A big feature of the new Sovereign weapons is they don't just go Prydo or Tritet Pen. They've got Hex, Sep, Oct, Nov, and Deck, which means you can put an X on your weapon, which is really, really cool. Putting an X on your weapon is so badass. It's so sick. It's gonna be almost impossible, but like I think that's really cool. Anyway, yeah, like I think it gives you more AP at every level. They're also increasing the AP at certain like high level AP, like the high level AP, like hidden APs, which is really cool as well. We're all getting a free pen BLACKSTAR. I'm sure you guys have already learned this as well. This was kind of a mixed review, so I'll give my take on it. The audience live for this was pretty crazy because like half the audience was like, wait, can he do that? And then the other half was like, let's go! I think it's an objective win. I don't think it hurts veteran players. I think that it helps new players. I think it helps bring more people to our game, and it helps make the game more approachable for everyone, which is a win. I think that if you don't see this as a win, it's kind of just an emotional argument. I spent this much time on it. Well, you're gonna get your Sovereign weapon sooner, so shut up. Everyone's getting one, and they can't sell it on the marketplace, so this is a win for everyone. I think the pen BLACKSTAR is just a huge W. Summer event, they're actually combining like the Termian and like the other event, like the they're combining the Termian and the Water Palace, or whatever, the Sea Palace event, from what I understand, and they're gonna like fight each other. The people from the Sea Palace are going to fight the Termian people, or they're going to do events together, which I think is really cool. I think that they're mixing it up. It also helps people like me who like the Termian event more, and people like the Sea Palace to kind of come together. This is one of the bigger this is like when you like, I don't know, it's one of my favorite events of the year, so like the fact that they go all out for the summer event is important to me. I really like it. People have mixed feelings about this outfit. I think it's amazing, except for the fact that, okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck. They said that they are over-sexualizing men, and so they just put a shirt on him this time. Like this, I'm not even joking. They said some of our men were overly sexualized in game, so they put a shirt on him. Okay, like this. It's like, okay, well, they don't want to over-sexualize their men. And then they go to the next slide, and it's literally this. Like, wait, it didn't, okay, that just loads the other, okay, well, they messed up the thing. And it's literally just a girl in a bikini. Like, what are we talking about? Guys, you can't say that you're over-sexualizing men and then have a woman that is almost naked on the screen on the next slide and say, this is fine. Men, we're gonna put the shirt on. Women, keep taking it off. Like, that, you can't do that, man. That was kind of weirdage, but I do like the outfit overall. Honestly, I like the shirt on the outfit. I will definitely buy it. I think it's different than most of the other stuff in game. I think that strikers and male classes look particularly good with this and very, very dapper. Looks really cool. I think it'll be interesting to dye. Assuming it is dyeable, would be really, really sick. The Jordan Saga. Yeah, we're getting a new main quest line update. Okay. Black Desert Future and Beyond. Okay, so they're increasing, so new Dekia monster zones. Sure, amazing. Miramok, Crescent Shrine, Giffen Raza Temple, Kadri Ruins. This is really cool. I think this is a W. Can't really go wrong with that, but we're getting to a point where pretty much all of our monster zones, guys, are Dekia. Like, all of your late game grinding is... It's just all Dekia, which I don't know. I think it's kind of boring, but you know, it is what it is. But like, you know, it's good that we're getting these, but hopefully we get some new actual monster zones soonish. Then there's new astral accessories, which were leaked at the ball as well. These are on par with tongue rat accessories, so complete garbage. Have unique skills and can be activated when equipped. I'm just kidding. Okay, so their stats are kind of garbage, but they have active sets like the tieback belt, which I think is really, really cool. So you can have different members of your party having different parts of these equipped. So like one person has the belt, one person has the earring, one person has the necklace, etc. And it would give everybody, you know, temporary buffs. You can make everybody like invincible for like a short period of time. That's pretty cool. And I like the direction that they're going with this, because like bringing down, you don't always have to power creep accessories, right, to be better than Debos, to be better than tongue rads back in the day, to be better than distos. This is kind of a different approach on how to balance accessories and make them interesting and obtainable for endgame players, because like, see, this means endgame players want to go get accessories like this, and I mean, it gives new players and like returning adventurers time to catch up and get their Debos, which again is a win for everybody. So very good design, and again, I think the development team has done really well with like the progression design of the game. They do a remarkable job of making your progress really stick over time. Even handing away a pen BLACKSTAR, you still feel pretty good about it. Like how much time you've spent in the game versus how much you're getting out of it like a couple years later is kind of a win. So like, I think the sovereign weapons, like I said, are extremely well designed, and so are the acetal accessories. We're not exactly sure what the active effects are going to be for them quite yet, because they haven't been finalized or anything, but definitely really cool. Guild trait system. So you can now choose a preferred trait. The PvP guild. Okay, so basically you can choose PvP, PvE, or life skilling. I don't know why they don't have a PvX option. That's a little obnoxious. But like a PvX option would kind of go super hard. I'm not sure which one Reassembled's going to be quite yet, but like a little obnoxious that they don't have a PvX option. That being said, you get fame for the different like if you choose PvP, you get PvP fame for doing PvP things like Node Wars and Siege and stuff. And the guild on the server with the highest fame, it gets to ride a dragon. Presumably just around, because that is Idle Castle. So before the dragon was just used for siege, now it looks like you're gonna be able to ride the dragon around as a mount, just like to guild. It's like the world. You could just fly it around. So yeah, that's really, really cool. Dracaris and all that. Hoping that we eventually just get dragon mounts in the game, but like, how bad would it be if you could just fly like this? You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? Okay, the world's getting big enough that we need to be able to fly soon. But yeah, so there's apparently going to be different rewards for PvE and life skilling, but they only went over the PvP rewards. I think this is an objective win. I think it encourages people to join guilds, which is exactly what we need. I love that the developers put in the presentation, they said it's essential for new players to join a guild if they're going to stick with the game. And I was like, good, so they get it. They understand. Hardcore season, or server season 1. Okay, there are a lot of mixed reviews on this. I think a lot of PvPers are very excited for the hardcore season servers, or just like the hardcore servers in general. Basically, you spawn in at level 60. And you just have PvP geared, and you can go grind for slightly more gear on the server. But if you die, you get sent to jail, and then you have to fight your way out of jail with other adventurers, or you have to wait like a couple days, which is really cool. I think the concept is really cool. I think that they've missed the mark, though, a little bit on this. So, like, I'm just gonna explain a little bit. I think that the idea of a hardcore server is that it's exactly that. It's hardcore. I think that if you're gonna go hardcore, I think you have to go all the way. I think you let people spawn in at level 1. And I think that the race should be like, once you hit level 50, you should have to, like, once you die, that's it. You have to start all the way back over again. So you have to level up on your own, level 1, and you have to hit level 60. If you get level 60, you get like a title on your main account and like an aura or something, right? It's like, you can spawn in on that character, can spawn in on the hardcore servers, but if you do manage to get a character all the way to level 60 or level 62 or whatever, you get like certain rewards on like your other characters. You can put on a title that shows that you made it through the hardcore server, but if you die at any point along your journey, it's over, right? PvP is enabled. There's no punishment for PvP. If you die in PvE or PvP, you have to start all the way back over, not go to jail. I think it would be way cooler, and I think PvPers would probably find it a little bit more engaging, but like, I just don't see how they're going to implement this. They're going to have to change this a little bit. I don't see how this is going to encourage people to run around in the world and like find each other for PvP. You know what I mean? Like, if you already spawn in with 260, 300, there's no motivation to go grind, which means like everyone's just going to be RBFing. And you die, you go to jail, you kill another adventurer, you get out, you go back, you go fight. Which is like cool, but like, I don't know. I don't know. It's exciting that they're considering something like this and that they're going to put something into the game officially like this, which helps open world PvPers. That is a very good objective W. I think what they've laid out here, where you're spawning in with a certain amount of gear and like you're at level 60, might not work as intended. I would love to see hardcore servers where you're like fighting each other like the old days, and you have to go grind, like actually get gear and like grind on the account and like try to, or not on the account necessarily, but on the character, and like try to get it to level 60, whether it be at abandoned iron mine, chimeras, you know, catfishman camp, assassins and stuff, and you're always at risk, right? So if you die, it's just over, right? Like that would be cool, and it's like really high risk, and I think it would draw to a decent amount of players, and it's only on one character, right? And then you can get rewards on like your main character if you do manage to hit that like hardcore, I got to level 60 character. Right, that would be really cool, and it would make it cooler than this, in my opinion. But I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I know the PvPers are kind of split on it as well. Some are extremely excited. I think everybody's kind of excited that they're considering stuff like this, but others are just like, oh my god, no, I think it's gonna flop for kind of the reasons that I explained, or maybe your own reasons. Either way, let me know. The console. So I'm gonna give console about as much time as they did in the ball. Moving on. The Mountain of Dawnbreak, in the still undiscovered southern region of the Mountain of Eternal Winter sequel known as the Mountain of Dawnbreak, is being prepared. These screenshots look so epic and cool. Absolutely so sick. Massive. I mean, look at the scale of this thing. And they introduced, they said they're working on the 100-man, or like the 100 level like PvE content update, where like you have to get through 100 levels of PvE. And each level of the dungeon gets harder and harder. If you die, you have to start back over again. That's really cool. Again, they're exploring this PvE, this endgame PvE content, which is going to be so big for the game. It's very, very exciting. And I'm more excited about this than I am for Soul, if I'm being entirely honest. Although the guild, the bells of Caltheon. The Guild PDE like raids and stuff look really cool. Here's the Disney update that everybody saw. You just put a little line over this and just say Disney across the bottom. I thought it was really cool, but I'll be honest with you, this one, bro, the Demon Land, bro, that one looks the best. That one looks the best out of any expansion I've ever seen in Black Desert. I'm most excited for that one. Obviously, I'm really excited for the Mountain of Dawnbreak, but I am particularly excited for the Demon Land. Looks really, really cool. Now, really quickly addressing the console PS5 update, I really do think that they did console an injustice. I do plan on addressing this with my main content. I'll probably have a lot of the console guilds on for a podcast. To kind of talk about what their grievances with console are. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it necessarily quite yet, but like I am planning something to address this. But they spent about 57 seconds maybe on console, and I was sitting in the front row of the ball, and I could hear like Obi-Wan, as if thousands of voices cried out and then were silenced. Like he was like December, and he said December, and I just heard all the console players unanimously go, December, what? Wait, back up. What do you mean you're gonna get another update in December? Like this is not even announcing like an update. Like console players were expecting like the next gen to be coming like now. Then to hear that like, oh yeah, it's progressing as expected, and we'll give you another update in December is wild. I know the console Discord basically burned to the ground. I know that the CMGM team was trying to manage it like while the presentation was going on, which was kind of crazy. But yeah, I do plan on addressing this and trying to give console a little bit of a voice on my platform. In the future, but like I'll handle that when I get back from Europe. But yeah, I'm sorry guys that it wasn't necessarily the ball that was hyped up for console. That's tragic. We're gonna be going back in time. I think this is really cool. You need to understand that I, as a biologist, the start of the new adventure, Black Desert's past. As a biologist, I think this is really cool. And I really want to see what they're doing with like the terrain. I really want to see if they're gonna nail the ecological aspects and the biomes that they're going to create within the game. This makes it look kind of like Jurassic Park, to be honest, but like transforming kind of a more jungle-esque terrain like this with like a grassland terrain, maybe like you kind of have here. I'm not exactly sure. They'd have to pan around for me to see it, but turning this into a desert take some effort. It is possible. It definitely is a thing. But like, hopefully they did some research on our own Earth and the geology that kind of goes into that. And I'd love to make videos that kind of explain what happened with our own Earth and kind of how the ecosystems have changed over time, and then how that kind of translated into Black Desert. That will probably be one of my follow-up videos later this year. Science with Blue. I'll probably do some science that kind of goes into this and hopefully show some of the screenshots and stuff to elaborate on it more. Either way, I think the direction, the 10 years, I'm going to have a job in 10 years. Awesome. I think it's really cool. These updates look really, really fun. I think they get progressively more hype. So obviously this one's like super hype. And then Demon Land looks even more hype. And then you have the Black Desert's Past, which looks the most hype. The Heidel Ball gifts. Okay, so obviously we're getting the 2 J's hammers and the outfit box, but I'll be honest with you, they went kind of light on their awards this year, guys. Except for the pen BLACKSTAR, obviously, but like no Cron Stones or anything, but obviously we're just getting a pen BLACKSTAR, so I guess it's fine in that case. But you're getting special login rewards as well. The Radiant Shikatu Seals times 10 are the most interesting things for me, but you're getting a lot of loot, like the J special boxes. Don't open those until you're ready to use the J scrolls, because I'm pretty sure J scrolls expire 30 days after you open them, so you just kind of keep those in the box for like the year if you want. The Old Moon Fortune box, those give you the 30% scrolls. Supreme Old Moon box, there's I think the 50 or 100%, or I think 50% scrolls, and J's box I think gives you the 100% scrolls. Mythical Sensors, the T10 attempt for everybody, which is pretty cool. Sub-weapon exchange coupon, that's pretty cool. If you need to change classes, that at least gives you one of them. Weapon exchange box, that gives you the other one. All right, all done. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Okay, and that's the entire Heidel Ball. Overall, guys, I thought the amount of content in the ball, definitely not the most we've ever seen in a ball, for sure. But I think that the direction that they're going with the game in the future is an objective win. I think the development choices that they chose for progression, which are very important to me, are extremely solid. I think that they've approach. Like the sovereign weapons look really cool as they have different animations for the different enhancement levels, and they show through any of the outfits that you wear in the game. I think that design choice is very cool. It's the first time we've ever seen something like that in BDO. The fact that they gave different paths for it is also really good, so it's extremely well thought out. The pen BLACKSTAR is really good for everybody. I think the outfit looks really cool. I think that's really good. The Jordine Saga, amazing. But nobody cares. Yeah, who asked? The Decius Lantern, not too exciting, just kind of a throwback. Hey, we're doing more Decius spots. Yeah, sure, great. Where's Deki and Medea? We didn't hear anything about what's happening with Medea, which I thought was very strange, because that region is just completely neglected for the entirety of time. They just don't care, I guess. Like they just don't give a shit about it. It's so outdated, like Wandering Rogues and all that. You do the Medea questline, you never go back. Acid-all accessories look amazing. The fact that they're emphasizing guilds a little bit more is really, really good. And then Dosa looks amazing. I think the effects look really good and everything. A little bit of recapping from some of the older classes for sure, but I think the biggest problem will be the fact that the cloud animations look kind of strange. I don't think they look as good as like the Awakening Magus animations, but you know, it is what it is. He looks really cool. I'll definitely be playing it on release. And again, they've nailed another class here, and I would fully expect this Soul update to be just as good as Land of the Morning Light was. They didn't actually address in here the guild boss, like the guild bosses, so I'm gonna talk about it right now. I think the guild bosses, the way that they showed in the trailer, look incredible. Like you actually have to work together, and you can't just keep rezzing people, okay? And everyone has to do the mechanics. Is the way that it looked like, and that looks really fun, guys. Like that looks something that I'm gonna do regularly. I think I would love to do with Jay Kuhn and Blonde Bear and maybe Choice and Bicep. I think it would be really cool to do it with other creators and then just yell at each other while it's going on. I think it would be a super content. I'm gonna block the sun with my head and pretend to be a lunar eclipse for a moment. I'm sorry, a solar eclipse for a moment. So that you guys aren't blinded. But I think that like the guild boss like stuff that they showcased, definitely some of the best PvE content that they've ever showcased, hands down. And then they showed the 100-man or the 100-level dungeon looks really good as well. So guys, thanks so much for tuning in. One more shot of the Calpheon. Right. Okay, so guys, this is the council chambers of Calpheon. Are right in front of us here. Oh my god. I'm so sorry guys, it's so shaky. I will try to hold it more steady. There we go. So we're walking toward it right now. The actual church, this is just inspired by the Church of Calpheon. So the actual Church of Calpheon has two big spires on both sides of the church, if you look at it in game. This one only has the spire on the one side, and it is in fact the bell tower that everybody finds so iconic about Calpheon. It's like right over there. It's like the actual Church of Calpheon would have one on either side, and then you have the bell tower as well. But like you can definitely tell that the architecture looks very, very similar to Calpheon in general. And then there's a circular building behind me. Hold on. Yeah, so here, I'll just flip this out. Okay. All right, so there's a circular building behind me, you can see. That's the council chambers there. I'm gonna get hit by a car, fine. This is the well, that's not, I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. The council chambers are actually supposed to be in front of me, so I don't really know what that building is, but hey, it's cool. This is this is Duodomo? Hold on, let me look, I have it on my phone. Let me look this up. So we're in Duomo. So this is Duomo. Okay, all right. We're in the Piazza del Duomo right here. It's kind of like this entryway right here. Now the actual Church of Calpheon. Oh my God. Oh. The chapel of the Church of Calpheon is actually down the road a little bit more. So we'll take a look at that later, but like there's, again, the dome there, that looks like it's the council chambers right up there. So like we're gonna be looking at that later today. I'll get footage of all of it. If I'm not able to stream it live on Twitch, then at least you'll see, you'll get to see it in a YouTube video, guys. I promise I'll try to bring it to you guys the best I can. But this is kind of just a brief rundown. I'm sorry it was so shaky, boys. I love you. Like, subscribe, comment.